Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Rundown. I am your host, Ryan Gentile. On tap for today, LeBron refuses to shake hands. The Lakers versus the Magic in the NBA Finals. Out of the 6 division winners right now in baseball, 2 of them will not make the playoffs. And Nike got it wrong. It's not Kobe versus LeBron. How big of a deal is that? But we're going to start things off with LeBron James deciding not to shake hands with Orlando Magic players after the game, after they lost to the Magic in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, is it really that big of a deal? In my opinion, it's a very big deal because you are the golden child of the league. Yes, there's Kobe Bryant, but you are the next up-and-coming, and you've done everything right in your career so far. You've said the right things, and now all you've done is shown yourself, LeBron, that you are a titty baby. You're whining and you complain and saying, hey, I'm a competitor, why do I want to shake their hands? Well, guess what? Other players on other teams in the playoffs have come and shaken your hand when you beat them down. Okay, so show them the respect too by shaking their hand. And what upsets me even more about this entire thing is the fact that Dwight Howard is your friend. Y'all were on the Olympic team together. Before games at halftime, y'all are doing trick shots, seeing who can make what first. Now, I would understand to an extent if it was a guy that you respected but you didn't like. This is your friend. This is your buddy. You are supposed to congratulate him and saying, you know what, man? You were the better team this year. Congratulations. Good luck in the next round, okay? That's all you had to do. The fact that you're a competitor, LeBron, I like you. I think you're a great athlete, but this was a big mistake on your part, and this could ruin your image to a little extent. Now, hopefully it turns around, next season and the years to come, but I think you've learned your lesson. You got to shake the opponent's hand. That was very unsportsmanlike, very unclassy. So, LeBron, next time, shake your friend's hand. Okay, so now we're going to move on. It is the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Orlando Magic. Now, who could have seen this coming? Okay, yes, I did predict in my very first ever sports web show that the Cavaliers were a lock for the finals, okay? But I did mention that the Orlando Magic would probably be the only team that would upset the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, do y'all believe me? Hold on. Let's rewind just a little bit. Maybe if they do, it doesn't really matter because the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be going to the NBA Finals. That's just set in stone. Now, the only team I believe that can upset them would be the Orlando Magic. Now, if they, one of those 2 teams out of the East are going out. So there you go. Proof that I chose the Magic. Okay, maybe I didn't choose them, but I did think they had the best chance of upending the Cavaliers. So, I think I was half right on that. But we have the Lakers versus Kobe, which is a great matchup, if you think about it. Because you have Dwight Howard, who's a bona fide superstar, #1 overall pick, straight out of high school. I mean, this guy is the real deal. He's just proven that, he might not be the greatest offensive player right now. He's only 23, 24 years old with only room to move up. So, going against Kobe, can he do it? I believe he can. I really, truly believe that the Magic have a chance to upend these Lakers, especially if Jameer Nelson comes back and plays, because then you kind of have a situation where you have 2 good point guards that you can throw in there and let the other one rest. Now, Jameer Nelson's not going to do what he did during the regular season against the Lakers. Obviously, he's been out for too long, but I would take a 50% Jameer Nelson any day of the week on my team. And it kind of reminds me of the Houston Rockets team that won back-to-back championships. They had Kenny Smith and Sam Cassell. They had 2 point guards that they could go to at any time. And as I recall, that team actually swept the Orlando Magic in their only other finals appearance back in '95. So, coincidence? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But I truly believe that the Lakers and Magic, it's going to be a great NBA Finals. This could go 6 games, is what I'm predicting right now. Both teams right now, looking at these stats, are averaging over 100 points a game, so we're going to see a lot of scoring. Rebounding is about even at 43 apiece. Both teams averaging almost 20 assists a game. Actually, the Lakers are averaging 23. The Magic are averaging 19. And then, of course, field goal percentage, both shooting about 45% from the field. Free throw percentage about 70%. Three-point range about 38% for both teams. So, who's going to win this matchup? You have Dwight Howard versus Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum has proven he's not really doing all that well against big man. He had trouble against Yao Ming, and then when Yao Ming went out, guess what? He did a good job. Against Denver, they didn't have a bona fide big man. He did well. Dwight Howard's a bona fide big man, so Bynum will not be as effective as most people think, and Pietrus, who will probably be guarding Kobe Bryant, is not getting a lot of respect right now. So, it's going to be a tough series, and I don't want to pick the Lakers, but I'm almost inclined to. But I really, truly believe that this Magic team does have a chance. They have three-point shooting. They got a big man in the middle who can defend. He can also score. He's been hitting his free throws lately. You got two bona fide point guards. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to predict the Orlando Magic are your NBA champions in 6 games. Now, Major League Baseball had a little stat coming out that at a certain point, I think it's like the quarter mark of the year, so that it seems to be like the norm every year that the top 6 division leading teams, out of those 6, only 2 will not make the playoffs. Now the question is, which 2 will not make the playoffs? Out of those teams that are in the playoffs right now, they're actually leading their divisions. It is the New York Yankees, the Detroit Tigers, the Texas Rangers, the Philadelphia Phillies, Milwaukee Brewers right now are tied with St. Louis, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, out of those 6 teams, 2 of those division winners will not make the playoffs. Now, they're not counting the wild card. They're just saying those 2 teams will not make the playoffs in general. They won't even get the wild card, actually. So, out of those teams, who's not going to make it? Well, first one I'm going with is going to be the New York Yankees, because they got the Boston Red Sox on their heels, and that's always just... I mean, the Yankees, they're not what they used to be. They're old. They're pitching. They're just not what they used to be. And in the other team, I believe it's going to be the Milwaukee Brewers, and it's going to be run differential right now. Right now, it's a differential of plus 18 for the Brewers, which is good. It's really good. Okay, they're scoring 242 runs right now and only giving up 228. But the problem is St. Louis is right behind them. They have a run differential of plus 34. Okay, they're scoring 236 runs a game and only giving up 202. So right now, I truly believe that the St. Louis Cardinals are going to win this division still over the Brewers. And actually, the biggest surprise team right now is the Texas Rangers. Now, I originally picked the Angels to win this division, but the way the Rangers are playing right now, I truly believe that the Rangers will do it. They're winning at home. They're 18-9 right now. Right now, 12-12 on the road, not so good. And they just lost not Dwight Howard. I'm still in the NBA mode. They lost Josh Hamilton for probably 2 months. So if the offense can keep it up and the pitching can stick it out all the way through, you might see the Texas Rangers back in the playoffs right there. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. And then finally, we're going to wrap this up with Nike's puppet commercials. Kobe and LeBron. And the NBA complains, or people complain, that ratings are always down when it comes to the finals, or almost, well, maybe not the Super Bowl, of course, but, you know, NBA Finals, Major League Baseball. Here is your problem. You got people like Nike shoving LeBron and Kobe down your throat 24/7. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, there's not. If they were in the NBA Finals like last year, or if they were already in the Finals this year, then you start playing those commercials. That's a different story. But when you shove the same people down the, America's throat 24/7, well, guess what's going to happen? Nobody's going to watch when they don't make it. Okay, yeah, you got Kobe in there. Now, you got Dwight Howard. Okay, he's just as marketable as LeBron James. Now, everybody's saying, oh, well, Howard hasn't proved anything. He hasn't won anything. Well, if I recall, LeBron James didn't win anything either, and they marketed the hell out of him. So guess what? If you market everybody equally, now, yes, you can focus a little bit more on certain people, but if you market everybody equally, everybody will know who these players are, and they will tune in. Yes, certain players are not marketable. That's fine. Okay, but the NBA should market their players more or better than what they have been. Now, you can't control who Nike picks, Adidas, Sprite, all those commercials. You can't control who they want because they want who people are going to watch their commercials and buy their products for. Understandable. But the NBA needs to do a better job of marketing their players, all of their star players. Because if they did that more, their ratings would be higher and higher every year. You wouldn't see them teetering, dropping up and down every other year. So, guess what? If you do it right, you'll have it done. So that, you know what? Hire me, NBA. I will be your marketing campaign. I'll market everybody. I can even market Ron Artest to the folks and have them watch him. You know what I mean? Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Real Sports Rundown. Tune in next week as we'll have more to talk about. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.